Welcome to this, your daily 180 Bible study. We appreciate you being with us today, and we hope you share these studies with your friends. We're talking about the subject of hell, and we're asking the question today, how serious should we take this subject? You know, I don't think most people think in terms of going to hell, but you know, Jesus said we should take it very serious. Now, we like to think of God as a God of love and mercy and grace, and all those things are good. And matter of fact, sometimes people say, you shouldn't be motivated by hell. You should be motivated by the love of God. Let me tell you something. I think we should be motivated by the love of God. Paul talks about the fact that he was compelled by the love of God, constrained by the love of Christ. But you know, also, Christ used hell to motivate us. Now, we're in 1 John chapter 4 and verse number 8. We see there that God is love. But I want you to consider what Jesus said. Now, these are the very words of Jesus over in Luke chapter 9, beginning at verse number 43. If your hand causes you to sin, cut it off. It's better for you to enter into life maimed rather than having two hands to go to hell, into the fire that shall never be quenched, where their worm does not die and the fire is not quenched. Did you get that? Jesus is talking about hell, and he's saying, look, it is such a serious thing. Heaven is such a blessing, and hell is such a curse that you better deal with sin in your life in a radical way. Don't you tolerate it in your life. Don't trifle with sin, because sin is so serious that it could cause you to lose your soul, and go to hell for eternity. As a matter of fact, just in case you missed the point, he goes on in verse 45, and if your foot causes you to sin, cut it off. It is better for you to enter life lame rather than having 2 feet to be cast into hell, into the fire that shall never be quenched, where the worm does not die and the fire is not quenched. Now, Jesus has said it twice. You begin to get the idea that he really means we better take hell seriously. But not only that, I want you to notice what he says in verse number 47. And if your eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. It's better for you to enter into the kingdom of God with one eye rather than having 2 eyes to be cast into hell fire, where the worm does not die and the fire is not quenched. 3 times Jesus says you have to deal with sin in a radical way, because hell is so horrific, hell is so permanent, hell is so horrible, that you must do whatever is necessary to make sure you avoid those horrors. You must trust and obey. You must do what the Lord teaches. Join us again tomorrow for your daily 180.